Hello again, this is Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expression Start Studio Gallery with a guest. Stacy has come down from Orlando and from Mississippi before that to see what I can do with a swipe, because she really wants to know and I really want to help her know. So I'm going to lay out some colors right on this 18 by 24 inch canvas, and I'm going to do what I always do, which is lay them out in a stripe pattern, because I don't want a hard line in my swipe, and it's a rather large canvas, so it's going to take quite a bit of paint. And I want some similar colors. And today I guess I'm fortunate in that I'm making similar colors in bands that are actually, no they're not, this side's up, this side's down, that side's up. Okay, still doing the bad thing. Never mind. It is what it is. It'll work out no matter what. So, in general, where's my spatula? Okay, there's the Princeton Art Tool Catalyst spatula choices for today, and I like the flat front. The flat front is very good at spreading paint, and the reason I flatten out my paint is so I don't get a big wave of paint flowing along with the rag. We're going to use a cotton t-shirt hem rag, like I always do. I haven't done this for a while. I'm going to use the clean side of that spatula somewhat to make sure that that white metallic from Anita's, which is pearly, gets to where it's supposed to be. I've been trying to limit my color palette a little bit, and I got out lots of paints, but this is where I'm starting, and I want to see what goes well with this. I'm also going to knock the paint off my spatula on the side and with my finger, and I'm going to wipe that spatula off so I have it to use again in a minute. And I'm going to continue. The white is a really good catalyst. It helps pop cells and make patterns as we go along. And I'm giving myself a double width so I have no fear of less coverage than I actually want. It doesn't have to be a very specific pattern. It really doesn't. It just has to cover. And if I knock that paint off on the edge of my spatula, on the edge of my canvas, there I go again. I'm covering the edge of my canvas. I'm going to use the rag to do that, actually. I don't know what I'm going to get. I said that. This is a color shift of dubious affection from my part, so I'm happy to use it. The one I really like is darker blue. I think I'm going to combine that with something else, as long as something else will come out. That's good. I want some orange in there, but I also want some purple and some gold. I don't think I really do this like anyone else. The other best reason to have the spatula flatten out the colors is if I decide to squeeze in this extra layer of added gold, in this case, which is the Deco Art Pouring Medium, the Floetrol, and the GAC 800 mixed with my gold mica powder that you can find on my Amazon link below the video. Okay, that looks very dark to me. I think what that's going to require is some other purple. And I have it right here. I sort of fly by the seat of my pants as far as choosing my colors go, but you got to start somewhere. So wherever you start, just know you can add other colors to it. And I'm just going to go ahead and fill in those areas, figuring that we're going to start with a black swipe color, hopefully. And as much as I like some of this, I have a major desire to add some orange. Although it's not flowing out of the tip very nicely for me right now. Oh well. And I have sort of stopped flattening things with a spatula, but I'm not going to worry about that. I like to mix it up sometimes, and I'm just playing. I'm just having a good time. Let's see, what else do we want in there? I'm thinking, I think I love my red. Let's see if it will come out. think I have something else that wants to come out. Yeah, it's almost time for the bamboo skewer clean out. Now, because I have paint flowing this way, even though I have a gap there that I'm going to put something else in right now, do I want that to be it? I don't know. But I want to put some of that down here. This is a minty green color shift from Folk Art. And that's kind of popping. What else do we have? Do I want some yellow? Wow. Do I? Colors that I don't necessarily think go usually do some really amazing things, so I go ahead and I use them anyway. I give myself permission to not like something and expect something wonderful to come out of it anyway. It's just the way I am. That is a color shift orange from a while ago, and I really just want to use that up. I'm also going to go back again. You know what? I just want to use the basting brush once, just to see how it spreads paint. Yeah, I see that blue. Bye, blue. I think that'll be alright. That is some very liquidous paint. The best thing about swipes is that they really don't take a long time. I'm going to wipe that off. I think I want something in there, and I think what I want in there is either purple, blue, or black. And I know that my Prussian blue will make cells, so let's go there. Also, it combines very nicely with that gold, and that's not bothering me. And that's not bothering me. And I want some purple. And I like the black and the purple together, so I'm just going to go ahead and take a chance, and that's sort of an experiment, laying that down there for me too. I'm going to make that purple stripe in there a little wider so it fills in that gap, so I don't get as much of a gap if there's going to be one at all. Am I? Yeah, I am. Okay, no I'm not. Yes I am. I'm not sure what I'm doing. I'm not getting any paint out of there, so I guess that's going to be the way that goes for right now. I don't have nearly enough of this pink. I think this pink makes me happy. It's also very sheer, so it's sort of a risky process. It looks like it's getting close to being time to make some more. So I'm going to spread that as soon as I can get everything out of there I want. Boy, it's been a while since I've done this. It really has. Wipe off my spatula. I kind of figure if I can make it flatten out now, I'll have that much more chance of having good coverage when the time comes. Yeah, and that juiced everything up pretty nicely. But I would really like it to come out of the bottle a little bit better. And that has a lot to do with the fact that there's probably a marble lodged in the tip that I use to shake my paints. All my paints are pre-mixed. That was a big splooge in my work area on my floor. I gotta be careful where I walk now. That was funny. Give it a little more gold up this way. And I haven't used nearly the white I was expecting to. I also haven't used the new silver. Kind of want to see how that's going to go. I don't use silver very often because usually gray is not my friend. I can't put it next to that yellow, but I have other yellows. And I do want to fill in, because I can, the name of my book on the Amazon link. Which is just now, as of last night, which will not be current to this video, obviously, is getting published finally as a paperback version. And the only thing is we have no idea what it will cost. It might be prohibitive. I think Rick Cheadle has one that's like $33 or $34, and I think that's a sizable investment. But art books are expensive to publish, so what are you going to do? I'm not going to worry about this end, because I think we're going to be dragging a rag down there. But I like all that. I'm going to give a little more of that right there. And we are almost to the place where I want to say, what else am I going to fill in with? If I see any canvas, I'm going to fill in. There's going to be a lot of paint there. What I used to do was put a piece of wax paper down at the end. But what I'm going to do right now, before I add my swipe color, is take my somewhat messy catch-all, it's a silicone mat, and when I get enough pretty colors on there, I'm going to peel it off and do something else with it. So we're probably going to have overflow unless I tip that corner to corner. I don't think that's going to work very well either. Oh well, it is what it is. It'll be have to do. So now we're going to take my swipe color, and that's black. I'm going to put a nice heavy layer of that right down at the end, right next to that purple. And I am going to touch it over the end with my finger. I could probably use my spatula, couldn't I? I'm very tactile. I like sticking my fingers in paint. What can I say? Stacy, you're so quiet.
I am. I'm in awe.
Stacy is a fan, for sure. It's nice to have her here visiting with us. It's really fun to show people around the studio. Please come and join me. Bring your rich relatives. Bring your rich art-loving relatives. Alright, so I have some coverage at the bottom, and I have cut, whoa, I would have fixed it anyway. I have a wet t-shirt hem, somewhat wet anyway. It feels like it's drying out. I think it has some paint in it. I'm going to stick a little more moisture on my hand and put that in there. I want to pull this toward me. What can I say? I don't know if I can do that or not. We've got 5 minutes left. Let's see if I can do that. I am going to dip the folded part. Alright, I'm going to fold next to the hem part, and I'm going to dip it right into that paint and let it settle for a second and hope that it gets flat. And then I'm going to say, I can't see where I'm at because this is an 18 by 24 inch canvas, but we're going for it anyway. And on your mark, get set, go. And if I pull slow, I have a much better chance of getting good coverage. And I got a big wave of paint coming. There is no silicone in my mix. Slow, so if I missed any pieces of canvas with my paint, I'm going to tip that right back where I was again. I'm going to let that slide down over the end, the cover, and then I'm going to tap it along the edge on both sides to do the same thing. And we're watching cells pop. And then we're going to see what else we're going to do. I kind of want to check that other side. See how covered we are. Better than I thought, but not perfect. Go back in there, cover that. I wish I could put the rag right up over the top edge where sometimes there's a little bit of canvas showing. If the paint is thick enough, you can get away with it. If it's not, you probably will just pull more paint off. You throw that in the bucket. Sometimes I throw it onto the silicone pad. So now, what did I do with my tubing? We didn't get an excess of paint. That's amazing. Thank you, my studio assistant is handy, yes. Very good. Alright, so first of all, I'm going to try and cover that edge and see what colors we have under there. So I'm just going to reveal some colors and try and go from either end. In a slightly symmetrical idea. These are beautiful colors, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. Very pretty.
I don't know where it'll go from here, but this is where it's starting, and I like the unevenness of it. That's why I put those zigzags in there. I really have very little desire for things to be the same all the way across. And there are no rules with this method because I can add paint if I want to. I could put gold spirals in there. I could drag skewers through. We've never tried chains. I don't think this is the time for that yet. I'm liking it. Large canvas, large anatomy, new paint on my clothing. Pretty much the way it goes. You can come over and look at this. That yellow is striking, huh?
Yes. Really popping.
It looks like I have the right amount of paint on the canvas. We could tip this, and then we'd get a wave effect of just a layer of the paint tipping down. But sometimes I'm happy to leave well enough alone.
No, you're not.
Okay, I'm not. This is our first time with a guest, and we're having fun. I don't know how much further I want to go from there. I do kind of want some spirals in there, and this is weird. I wasn't overly thrilled with that white mark. So I'm going to do my waggle. Every other one, or maybe put some more in. I kind of want to tip that just a little bit and see. I also don't want to stick my shirt in it again. You can do this everybody's easily with a bendy straw. Well, maybe not. You might want to stand on something if you're built like me. Alright, that means that I have 2 minutes to tell you guys whatever I'm going to tell you, which is, as usual, I have Teespring clothing below the link, and if you buy some, you help me out. If you want to go shopping on Amazon, you help me out. No added cost to you, and you will find the OXO omelet turning spatulas. Voila. The big one is better. I like having both. And the Princeton Art Tool Catalyst spatulas, there's like 7 of them, and 6 of them are useful. I haven't figured out the 7th one yet. I'm going to throw a few little spirals in here. I'm very tempted to go ahead and throw some gold in there too. I'm not sure I like the spirals, but they're pretty subtle. I don't think they're going to interrupt anything. That yellow is just so fiery and striking. It makes me want to have a more even flow across. I'm a little confused about this white, because there's white all the way across, but it's not showing all the way across. So I'm tempted to go ahead and look for some with my straw. I'm actually really liking that a lot. If you see a space you think I need to add something, you let me know. Just a few little waggles make me happy, more often than not. They make these cool little flame. Looks like it's catching on fire up there. Stacy might have a little challenge with height. My table is a little high for her, and she's standing on her tippy toes and making me laugh.
Trying to see.
So, we haven't torched, and we're going to run out of time, and we probably have run out of time already, but I'm going to torch anyway. Whatever I haven't told you in this video, you'll see in another video. There are 450 plus videos on the playlist in the last 20 seconds of this video. And this is Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida with Stacy Wheatley. Whoops. You're not anonymous anymore, girlfriend.
Not anonymous.
Looks like I'm gonna be fixing my bottom with some black because I see canvas. Before I add too much torching, before the paint is set up, I can still cover that. And it will usually hide fairly well. And I can even blow down there. So I think I put 2 minutes on the timer and then I didn't set it. I set it, but I didn't start it. So I hope you guys enjoyed that as much as we did, and we did. I did.
I did.
Oh, good. I'm pretty sure everybody's gone.